Ooh, welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Bank, Phillies podcast, live back in the studio. I am your host, Pete, along with my co-host, Henry. What is up, my guy?
I still hate the Diamondbacks way more than I thought I did.
Yeah. Well, I was ready to use the phrase "snakes are dead" if we would have swept them today, but obviously that didn't happen. And I don't know what it is with this team and being able to finish sweeps off. I don't understand. I don't know.
They want to give you a little bit of hope, but just not enough.
I know, like it's ridiculous, and I just listen, and like I don't know why we should like feel that type of way. Like they took 2 out of 3. They did what we wanted them to do. You know what I'm saying? And they still like.
Sorry, I was just reading our fantasy group chat.
No, it's okay, but basically it's just like I don't know,
like obviously we know some diehard Phillies fans that still hate the Diamondbacks. It's the whole Cardinals for a new generation. We get it.
Yes.
Except the Diamondbacks didn't finish the job. Losers. But anyway.
Exactly.
I was in ShopRite yesterday.
Okay.
And I was walking and I had I had a Philly shirt on or something.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, this guy walked past me and he was like, hopefully they can win again tonight. I was like, yeah, I know. Like, and he goes, I still hate those Diamondbacks. I can't stand them. And I was like, God damn. I was like, people really can't stand them still. Like, I thought I was the only one. Like, I thought there was very few people that I know that were still like, hold on to that anger.
Yeah.
Dude, we are not the only ones.
No, I know. I believe it. But like sometimes when people say that stuff, I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, do you really feel that way?
Did
though?
you see
like,
the girl? Yeah, right.
Like,
no, I agree.
Do you really do?
Yeah.
Like,
this guy said burning passion, and I was like,
okay.
Whoa.
Well, those words then maybe like,
yes.
You know.
I was like, okay, he's serious.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But did you see the girl? Dude, I thought I liked the tweet, but I didn't. I thought I saved it, but I didn't. She had a sign that said, "I hate Corbin Carroll." At the stadium this weekend on Friday night. Yes, dude. And then there was a picture of I wish I knew the account so I could shout her out.
Mm-hmm.
But she had a sign that said, "I hate Corbin Carroll," and it was her holding it, like smiling or whatever.
Yeah.
Then it was her. You could see she was talking, and her hands like were like pointing, kind of like Italian talks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she was like, also had to yell at a Diamondbacks fan, and everybody was like, "Holy crap!" Because they were like, they started like boo her or something. And she was like, "You guys exist?" Like it was a whole, yeah. At least that's what the reply said. But yeah, dude, I thought that some people got over the Diamondbacks way too quick. I was wrong. Big time.
No.
I was wrong.
Dude, I literally like PTSD, like because they were here last year.
I texted you. I have flashbacks today.
And I mean, like they were here last year. I think we played them in Philly. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember.
We lost 2 or 3.
Yeah,
and then their admin had the balls to tweet partying like it's.
Okay.
Remember?
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's just like, but I still like. I even told Tal. I said like I have PTSD still. Like I go back to the Chickies and Pizza I watched Game 7 at, and I have a hard time walking into there. Like even to this day, still.
That's wild.
It's tough. It's tough. Like I am like it's very unhealthy the way I think about things when I walk into certain places, and I remember where I was at the moment. But anyway.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. It was,
not
but
great.
hey,
not great.
They did what we asked them to do. I posted on the Instagram the other day. I said take 2 or 3, and remember what they did. And I posted that freaking picture of Alec Thomas putting that flag in our field, which I still think to this day is absolutely ridiculous. Like I don't understand. I don't think I've ever seen somebody do that before. Like when that happened.
Yeah, no. And then it started happening in college football, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway. Dude, he came up to pinch hit in the bottom of the whatever it was today.
Mm.
I booed the crap out of him. Dude, I can't stand him.
I know. Well, he's just like a one player. Should we add him to the Phillies killers list? Maybe, probably. Like, I guess. Like he's probably on that list.
Nah, because we got him out that day, but
it was just one moment. Anyway, let's stop reminiscing on that BS.
It's not a Diamondback.
No, it's
Diamondback
not.
podcast.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not. All right, but let's get into the series. So it started Friday. Phil's got the 3-2 win on Friday. It was the City Connect night because you usually do it on Fridays or whatever. Luzardo was pitching for us. Another decent game by him.
Yeah.
I mean, just continues to show us that the trade was worth it. And it's really great to see that he's like settling in now. He's comfortable. And like I talked about before, the emotion that he's showing. every time he starts.
Oh,
It's good to see.
Yeah, he wears his heart on his sleeve for sure.
Oh, yeah.
He got out of that jam early. Did he load the base or he had second and third? Or he had 2 on, I think.
Yeah, I think it was 2 on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he looks good. He looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually my first time seeing the City Connects in person on the field.
That's right, you were there. Yeah.
They're okay. I wish.
Yeah, I'm all right with it. It is what it is. Like that's what I think about it. Like
I think they look better on the play. Like this just sounds crazy. I think they look better on the players like on the field than like just wearing it down the street. Like I don't know.
No,
like,
exactly.
It looks okay as a baseball uniform.
Yeah.
But like when people wear them, I'm just like, I like the gear that goes along with it.
Yes.
Like the like long sleeve shirts. With I like that stuff. But
yeah. I don't care what they wear, just win. That's all. That's all.
All right, and when they did on Friday, that was a good game.
No, it was. And Luzardo's final stat line: pitched 5 in a third inning and gave up 9 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. His ERA is down to 1.94. So good, pretty good stat line for the most part.
Sub 2 was awesome.
Yeah, and then I mean the bullpen was also good as well. Strong pitch, Banks, Romano, and Alvarado closed out the game. But yeah, I mean, all around, I mean, offensive wise too, I mean, was pretty good as well. Like, I mean, let's see here. Turner had a hit, Harper had a hit, Schwarber had 2 hits. That was that night he hit the homer to tie the game, I'm pretty sure, right? And then it was Kepler who took the lead.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
was. Yeah. It was Friday night.
Was that the?
Yeah.
How many runs did the Diamondbacks score?
2.
Did they?
Yes.
When was their second one?
Second one was.
Just check the box score.
Oh, top of the 6th.
And Schwarber hit one in the bottom of the 6th.
No, bottom 7th. The next.
Inning. So it was the tie. You're right. Okay. Yeah.
But Schwarber coming through again.
Him and Kepler almost went. Where was that? That wasn't back to back, right? Because Casty was in the middle of them.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, no, Kepler's really starting to heat up. Don't know why Rob pulled him today. But we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But yeah, dude, Kepler's heating up. Schwarber's doing Schwarber things. I wish he could raise his average a little bit.
Yeah.
Because when he gets in these big situations, and I don't know, like something about Schwarber with like 2 outs and stuff, I'm just like, oh man, come on, like you're killing me. But today he had the home run with 2 outs.
Nah, I'll just, speaking of Schwarber though, like they got to give the guy extension. They have to.
I know.
I just like it gets to
even
a point.
Another uniform would be kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie.
It would be, and I would die inside seeing him in another uniform.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the thing. Like after his home run Friday night, like obviously because up until that point, there really wasn't much momentum on the offensive side of things
at all.
And then he does his usual thing where he comes up and it's like boom, gets you right back into the game, and then Kepler follows with that momentum.
Right.
So it's just like he's that type of guy, and like I know we've talked about it before, we said multiple things before, whatever, but like Schwarber is that guy who it's like he doesn't really like show emotion all the time. Like he's not like one of the guy who's like hits a home run, does a crazy bat flip, hits like he doesn't do any of that. He goes about his business. He's a baseball player and he hits for power. You know what I'm saying? He's just one of those guys who just sets the tone half the time. And it's just like that we say all the time. Like that's the type of guy that you want to have in your clubhouse. And it just goes to show like Friday nights. Like it's just like it's dead for a minute and then he goes out there, gets us back in the game. And it's I don't know, man. Seeing him on another team, if that is to happen next year.
I'm curious what kind of contract he would get.
Dude, I don't know.
He's gonna go somewhere and be DH.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to be.
Yeah, no, he's going to, but
I don't know what DHs are really demanding these days, to be honest.
I don't know the numbers right now, but just hopefully it's not anything extreme. Because then again, I mean, let's not kid ourselves here. He's not getting any younger. So
well, this whole team isn't getting any younger.
That's what I'm saying.
Problem.
So I mean, I had people talk about after JT's homer on Saturday that they wanted to instantly extend him or something like that. I was like,
oh yeah, I saw that.
Something about $10 million.
I'm gonna be the one to
$10 million for JT Realmuto
for a year. I'd do that.
Yeah. Well,
10 million's nothing.
But they're saying like if it goes anything beyond that, then absolutely not. Well. Okay, so we give him 11 million. Can't sign it back. Listen, at the end of the day, they probably could pull it off. I mean, let's be real here, but they don't want to.
Yeah. I have a feeling that Schwarber gets extended. I don't think JT does.
No, I mean neither. I definitely think if I had to choose, like we've talked about before, if I had to choose, like I'm picking Schwarber instead.
Yeah.
Like
I have a feeling that this is the year that Stott gets paid.
Yeah, Stott
after
needs
this
to.
year. I think Stott's going to get paid, and they're going to really look into Bohm and really question what's going on.
See, it's funny you bring that up because we talked about it before.
I know.
I forget what episode it was, but like I think it was last year actually.
It was last season.
Yeah. We talked about.
I said I used to unequivocally give the money to Stott. Now it's like a toss up. Bohm had actually hit a home run by that point.
Yeah,
because he hasn't hit a home run yet, which he'll get there.
Rojas has hit a home run before him,
dude.
Just saying, hey,
whatever.
It's a legit fact, okay? So just needed to point that out there. Everybody on Phillies Twitter is pointing it out, so I might as well point it out as well. So
well,
he
also dropped the ball in center field.
Yeah.
So
all right, but moving on to Saturday's game, Phillies got the 7-2 win. I mean, this was like a great game for the offense. I mean, just from the start, and we thought we were probably gonna have issues with Brandon Pfaadt. That was the pitcher for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, shout out to Jack Fritz. It was about 18 months too late.
Yeah. I was just like, I was seeing him and I was like getting flashbacks again. Like this whole series, I was getting flashbacks basically. But it's about time that they got to him. So it was good to see. The rain might have helped out a little bit, but
dude, no,
I'm just saying, like in a good way for us at least.
Dude, did you see the Diamondbacks fans that were?
Oh yeah, they were pissed.
This game should have been a rain delay, and I can't believe JT's hitting a home run right now, and this game should be in a rain delay. Last I checked, we don't put a dome over the stadium for the Diamondbacks to or for the Phillies to pitch, do we?
No.
Okay, then. So what are we bitching about? Like, come on, man. Give me a break.
We knew that was going to happen. But yeah,
looking for excuses.
Exactly. So Kepler had another homer.
Sorry, we don't have a pool in our state. Sorry.
So Kepler had another homer. JT had a homer.
Yep.
And then Marsh, it was good to see he had that one hit down the right field line, and he was able to get to a double. But it was good to see that, was it his first game back, or was that Friday?
Yep, no, it was his first game back.
First game back, yeah. So that was great to see for him, obviously.
Friday night he played in Lehigh Valley.
Okay.
And there was a benches clearing altercation, remember?
Yeah, which was wild to see, by the way. But
Stubbs is like, I don't care if I'm in the show. I don't care if I'm in AAA. We're fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, buddy.
But yeah, it was good to see him finally get a hit because just to boost his confidence.
He looked relieved.
He did.
Like
he really did.
He just when he got to second base, for people who didn't see it, he ran across it. He ran his hand across his chest, pointed the dugout, and he just exhaled. He was like, "Thank goodness."
Yeah.
That's finally over. It's over 31.
Yeah. Well, listen, if people keep with how people keep telling me that he's going to develop into this.
He's extremely humble, dude.
He is. And
he's a good guy.
And it was good to see that, like, the guys on the bench, too, they were excited for him. Obviously, you could tell.
For sure.
Because they also know the situation as well. It's not like they're just, like, not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
But that was good to see. But, yeah, JT had the homer. And then let's talk about Aaron Nola. I mean, he got his first win, which was about time. It's good to see that as well. And he pitched really good. His stat line, he ended with 6 innings pitched. You have 4 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 runs at all, honestly, and then 1 walk and 8 strikeouts. ERA went down to 4.61, so still a little high, but it's a step in the right direction for him, I would say.
It's amazing what he could do with a lead, right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like we make jokes about stuff, but you get confidence.
Yeah.
You get confidence when you have runs on the board in your favor.
Yeah.
They pointed out on the broadcast, I don't know if I think it was on the radio broadcast. Fransky said that was the first time he pitched outside of, I think it was like half inning, like a couple games ago. I think it was in New York.
Okay.
Maybe. He had half an inning with a lead, and that was it.
Wow. Voice crack.
So
you go.
So far this season, but yeah, I mean, it's amazing when I was about to cough. But
no, you're fine.
It's amazing what he could do with a lead. Honestly,
yeah.
Like when they give him run support, because he was always a guy that I felt that they didn't care if they get not they didn't care.
No,
but
yeah.
it wasn't putting the pressure on them to get run support like a Taiwan start or like a something like that.
Yeah,
I just,
yeah. But and the other thing is too, I heard something, and I don't know if it was exactly true or not, but I saw a report that before Saturday's game that his neck stiffened up on him, I think, like in warm-ups or whatever, but he still went out there and pitched pretty well.
Noah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I didn't see that at all.
Honestly, it might have been something just minor for him to just still like go out there and like still pitch whatever. But I mean, even if he went out there though and it was still kind of bothered by it, I mean, it didn't show. That's for sure. I mean, I didn't see a problem with anything. So
right. Real quick, we forgot about Friday's game. We'd be remiss if we did not mention Prince, the kid with Alvarado. They had him in the stands that night.
That was awesome,
dude. Bro. He went viral, and I didn't see one person say a negative thing about him. It was amazing. Like, I mean, friend of the pod, Luke Arcaney was like, get this kid season tickets.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it was just really cool. Like,
it was.
You could tell that Alvarado is just so genuine with situations like that. He's you know, the whole never give up thing. And and I think his grandpa or whoever accompanied him to the stadium to meet Alvarado was like, oh, I say that to him all the time. Like, but Alvarado didn't even know. Like, it was so cool. There was something really positive that came out of the weekend from Thursday on to the weekend. I mean, where was Prince today? We could have used him.
Well,
you know,
I mean, when he's there,
get him season tickets. You know,
when he's there, we're 2-0 so far. So I mean, I think we just might need to have him there. He's the good luck charm. So I'm just saying.
Yeah,
but,
I just thought that was really cool.
It was awesome. It was awesome to see, and stuff like that is just like what you want to see the league do. You know what I'm saying? Any team. You know,
he went viral immediately.
Yeah,
you know?
he did.
And shout out to Alex Coffey. She had a great piece on.
I know, I did see that. That was really good.
Almost immediately. She's a heck of a writer. She's great at what she does.
Yes.
But yeah, dude. I mean, I didn't see that report about Nola having the stiff neck or anything. But he looked like vintage Nola out there.
Oh, he did.
The knuckle curve was working. Like, he was making him look silly, dude.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, great overall win. It wasn't very stressful. I mean, after JT hit the home run, you're like, all right, this is gonna pile on.
Yeah.
You know. And the rain only lasted for like an inning. Thank God.
Exactly. And then Carlos Hernandez. We'll talk about more. He gave up a home run in that game too, which was just like, okay, like thank God we have this big of a lead, but it was like, all right, like I don't.
How dare you mention his name?
Yeah, I know. Well, we're gonna talk more about it in a sec, but I will say this: Tanner Banks. I think the Tanner Banks hate's got to stop a little bit. Yeah. Now, I hear people all over Twitter. Our good friend Jack Fritz. Yes. He's not the biggest fan of him, but I think it's time to buy the Tanner Banks stock right now. Yeah. At least, I mean, honestly, I know there's been some situations where it's been like an easy outing for him. Like there's no pressure at times for him. It was like sometimes like if we're getting like blown out or like losing like 7-1, he goes in there just so we're not burning another arm. But there has been situations where it's like been close and he's come up pretty clutch. So I mean,
he's done his job. And you know what stock I'm buying? Joe Ross.
Yeah, Joe Ross, man. Him too.
They're using it the right way.
Yes.
He's doing good. They're getting the job done.
Yeah.
You know? But
listen, that's the thing. If they're getting the job done, that's all I care about. So when they need to, at least, is what I'm saying.
So real quick about Tanner Banks, and this is no shot to him or whatever. Are we in the my buddies from the 3-0 Take podcast? Shout out Nate and Kyle. Are we in a mustache epidemic? They're everywhere, man.
Oh,
just the top lip.
Yeah.
Like, are we in a mustache epidemic?
Didn't they call it a porn stash?
That's what it looks like.
Well, that's
but dude, like, I was gonna leave that alone. You're blue ball porn.
Yeah.
This is,
hey,
dude.
Hey, man. You know, sometimes you gotta be honest. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Paul Skeens got rid of it. Is it not time for the world to move on now?
No, yeah, exactly.
Come on, man. Either shave it or grow a beard.
Maybe it's a lucky charm, and if it is, then do what you got to do.
Lucky, okay.
I'm just saying, man. Dude,
I'm just saying, man. I'm seeing a lot of mustache. Maybe it's because I'm envious because I can't really grow facial hair.
I'm all for.
Like I said to you before we started recording, there's only room for one beard on this podcast, and clearly it's not mine.
Listen, I'm all for superstition stuff, man. So like, it's
superstition stuff. Yeah, he was he was pitching like crap with it before, but whatever. Anyway, no, but in all seriousness, I think Joe Ross is doing really well. Tanner Banks doing his job. Carlos Hernandez should be DFA'd.
Yes.
But yeah, I think other than that, Ben's doing pretty good.
Yeah, it is. All right, so yeah,
Romano as well.
Yes,
Romano as well.
Doing really well. Yeah. So yeah, so it was great to get that win on Saturday because at that point it took the series basically They won the series, so it was great. But we wanted them to get to sleep, and we go into today's game, get the 11-9 loss in extras. A lot to say about this game, and it's unfortunate because then it overlooks the fact that, like, okay, we won the series, but it's like everybody wanted them to get to sleep, which I understand because it's like against a team like the Diamondbacks, you just want to like you have the juice, you have all the momentum to just walk out of there with a sweep, and you have games like today where it's just like, dude, what are we doing? Like, and you know what? The offense kept fighting. They were down. They came back multiple times or whatever. But it's just like then it's decisions like that we see in extra innings where it's like, dude, like what is going on? Like what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like I just like today's game was like emotions all over the place. Basically.
Oh yeah, it went from all right, we got to run, and it was like, oh yeah, just kidding, nobody can make a play. Then it was like, all right, this is going to be a laugher. It's 7-1. We're good. In the clear. Take this L, chalk it up.
Yeah.
Nope. They had to get us back in.
They just had to like give us hope.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. That's what happened today. And I'm like, I thought we were going to do it. I thought we were going to walk it off. You texted me.
I know.
We're going to walk this off.
I jinxed it.
And then, I mean, Bohm came up in a big spot. He's been doing great recently.
Yeah.
Well, great's a little bit of a stretch, but he's been doing really good comparatively to what he was doing earlier. But he came up in a big spot. And the thing, so we talked about Schwarber earlier and the home runs and stuff. I had this thought after he hit that home run today to make it a 1-run game. Every home run he hits means a ton.
It does.
And I know it sounds dumb.
No,
because
not at all.
Obviously every home run means something because you're putting points up on the board. I mean, it's either a leadoff one that you start off 1-0, it's huge momentum for the team, or like it could be we're down to our last out and he hits a home run and he gets people going again. It's the mammoth shot, the Titanic shot that he had against the Padres.
Yep.
In the NLCS in 2022. Like every homer he hits means a ton. Like the one to tie the game on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Like for whatever reason, every home run he hits means like the difference in the game.
Oh yeah.
You know?
No, I absolutely agree. And yeah, sorry, I just had to switch my headset on the other side. Anyway,
you switched it again to the wrong side.
No, what do you mean?
The cord goes in the right ear or the left ear.
Well, it was blocking the shirt.
Oh.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Who cares? Anyway, but no, I get what you're saying though, and that's the thing. It's just like it's momentum.
Yes. Yeah.
And again, that's why he needs to stay here. He needs to have the extension because you need a guy like that at times. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't need to be all the time, but just at certain points. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't put pressure on guys like Harper, Castellanos. You know, like we need those guys to not have all the pressures on their shoulder because we've seen how that goes sometimes, and it doesn't go well.
Nope.
But I also want to talk about because it was unfortunate, but Ranger, he came back today, made his first start of the season. Honestly, started out okay. Like he was striking.
He went
guys
3
out.
hits with no hit, or 3 innings, almost no hit ball.
Yeah,
so.
And then like he had the 1 inning where it's just like I think he didn't have the stamina.
He looks tired.
Yeah, and I mean, are you worried about it?
No.
I was gonna say like I'm iffy. Like I'm
not
a little worried, but I'm not.
I'm not worried about it because I'm worried. So I'm more not worried than iffy. But the only reason I would be iffy is because back injuries are tricky. You know? Like,
yes.
I mean, Lenny Dykstra said it best. A back is unpredictable. He said that one time.
Yeah.
Backs are weird, man.
We'll get pop up any time. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it's just unfortunate. You make
like,
a small...
I throw my back out. I feel old. But I've thrown my back out once or twice, man. It doesn't feel good.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you make one small move, and it's just
and
like...
you don't realize how much your back does until, it's hurt. You know? This is, I also think that there should have been a plan going into that game, but we'll get into that a little bit later.
Well, Thompson did say he was going to let him go to like 90 pitches, which I think he was close.
How many
to
did he
that.
throw? Yeah, but that's too many. Clearly.
Yeah, obviously. Well, and the other thing is too, I will say this: cut him some slack. Is the defense wasn't great as well.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so it's like they were saying it, and you texted me, you were saying it's unlucky because like some of the hits were kind of a little like, you know, it's like oh okay, they got that hit through the gap, whatever, blah blah blah. But yeah, he gave me like 7 earned runs. He walked 2. He had 6 strikeouts. So I mean,
they changed that bone play to a hit, by the way.
Okay. Well, yeah, it says he gave up 7 hits. So, but hey, he was striking people out, so there was some velocity there in some pitches. But he was getting some good calls, you know, like at the knees, kind of at certain.
Yeah, I couldn't really see all that from where I was sitting today. Yeah, but yeah,
it's unfortunate, but I think he'll be okay.
Yeah. I
just again, I don't want to be like another pop up of like, oh, well, the back's bothering him, so maybe why? It's, you know, I don't know. Because listen, he's in a contract here, man. And listen, I mean, if there comes to a situation when we get to the trade deadline and he might be the trade bait, you know what I'm saying? He might not. He might be. Yeah, he might be out of here before the season even ends.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a very good possibility.
And listen, you want to see him perform well, regardless. Of course. It's not like I want to see him perform well and then be like, all right, get out of here and trade him.
Right.
Like, I don't. I'm not saying that, but like, listen, if it comes to it, like, and we need to trade him, we're gonna trade him because they're a contract year. So
right.
I don't know. And then, you know, you have situations like with Taiwan. Like Taiwan had. You know, we'll talk about it in a minute, but you know, we see with that, and you know, you don't want that to like mess things up. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, so unfortunate. You know, like listen, it was just his first game back, so maybe calm down on that a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, the offense clawing back. You know, they were down 7-1. You know, they started putting some at bats together. Weston Wilson had that big home run, which was just like, you know, thank God, because if he didn't do something that inning, I was gonna flip, dude. Yeah, I was getting tired of the Wilson thing.
Yeah,
it was,
I think him and Sosa are getting forced into this lineup. I
disagree.
Sosa was doing good. I get it. I understand, and people want him to be an everyday player, you included. But why are we You did.
I know I did. But
this is accountability podcast.
I know, but I'm stepping back on that now. But go ahead.
I understand.
Go ahead.
But it was there.
Okay.
And I think Stott was getting way too hot at the plate for you to pull him.
Well, yeah.
He's a big leaguer. He's going to have to hit a lefty every once in a while.
Yeah.
So can we please stop pulling him against every lefty and pulling him out of the start, pulling him out of the leadoff spot and having to shuffle the lineup around.
Yeah.
Every other game, please.
Well, people were saying today, like when they saw the lineup come out, they were like, "This is like one of those like just."
As Doc Rivers would say, a scheduled loss.
Well, yeah.
Shout out to the Bucks for getting their ass beat in the NBA playoffs.
Well, no, but like people were saying that the lineup was just one of those like Rob Thompson's just throwaway lineups. Like,
yeah,
just,
dude, he's like throwing darts at the board.
Yeah. It's just like dude,
Weston.
Like,
you're playing.
Well, you know what? I get that frustration on that with the lineup thing, but at the same time, I'm just like, listen, like I get he wants to give guys some rest, but at the same time, it's like, listen, like
he wants to give guys rest, yet he played them all today.
I know. Well, I guess it was an emergency situation, so he had to throw him in there. Basically.
Emergency, my ass. I just see now. Okay, I want to say something about the Rojas thing in the National Series.
All right, go ahead.
Like I know this is skipping back, but like
no, it's fine. Today's game was horrible. So
this feeds into the Rob Thompson decision-making problem. Okay. Now, before Marsh got hurt,
yes.
Which, who knows if he actually was hurt? I don't know if they sent him down to be like, hey, man.
Maybe. Who knows?
IL him and, you know, get his head back on his shoulders. But before he was sitting, now this goes back quite a bit, a little, like probably 30 days.
Okay.
You say he's not available because he's taking a couple of days off because you want to get him off his feet and whatever. That night you put him in the game. Okay? It just doesn't really make much sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Today. Or I'm sorry. What day was it that Rojas Tuesday?
What are you talking about?
When he went to third?
That was Thursday's game.
Was it?
When we lost, yes, because we lost that game. That was the game he went to third when he didn't need to.
Yes, you're right.
Yes, so he got sat Friday.
So if anybody So if anybody missed it, Rojas, what was it? He went to third or
yeah, like he didn't need to go to third. He hit a ball outside. I think it was like left field.
Okay.
He was at second, threw his helmet off. He just pushed third, and like he just barely made it in safe.
Right.
Basically.
And then they asked Rob Thompson, which I didn't think Rob Thompson was going to say anything about it unless he was asked.
Yeah.
So when you sent me the clip, I was like, okay, like he's just answering a question the reporter asked him.
Yeah.
You know, which was a fair question. It wasn't anything out of line or anything.
Yeah.
But then when he sits the next day, I'm like, well, is this and I had the same thought as a lot of people. Is this punishing him for going to third? Which, if you were going to punish people for going to third, I understand Johan Rojas and Bryce Harper are two very different people, but he makes way more base running errors than the entire team.
Yeah, true.
Like,
he's a little aggressive sometimes. Too aggressive.
Way too aggressive.
Yeah.
But I just don't get his decision making. So you sit him on Friday, then he ends up playing at the end of the game anyway.
Yeah.
What's the point? It's not like Cal Stevenson did anything anyway.
Yeah. I'm tired of hearing that name, by the way.
Well, he got sent down, so hopefully you won't have to hear about him much. Yeah. But like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't like his decision making. To me, makes no sense, and we'll get into it with the question of the day.
Yeah.
But I'm really questioning how he puts this stuff together, because this is not the Rob Thompson we saw in 2022, where every button he pushes works.
Exactly. Yeah. He was. So. It was kind of like a little bit of magic there at that point. Listen, honestly, I'm gonna be real. Like, I didn't really have a problem with him going to third. I know other people did. I mean, it is what it is.
The game's on a lot. Like, you're doing what you gotta do, man. You're a competitor.
You know what? Like,
that's the nature of the beast. Stop.
And, then if there was a certain point where people were like, "Oh, well, maybe he should have went to third. If he would have stopped at second, they would have like, well, I didn't push third."
Well, why did he push third?
Yeah. So you can't.
He threw his helmet off for nothing.
Either or, you're not
winning, dude. You're not.
You're not winning. So I don't want to hear it. So it is what it is. It literally like when it happened. Like I was watching the game, but at the same time, just like whatever. Like okay, he got the third. I was like, wow, he went to third. Okay, whatever. Like I'm not stressing about it. I wasn't losing sleep over it. If that that's what I mean.
No.
But
I just don't understand the decision making from a standpoint of. Like today, again, Kepler doesn't have after the game, they asked him, they said, why did Kepler say he's been on fire? He hit 2 home runs the last 2 games. Oh, well, it's a lefty. And then they pointed out, which is great journalism, by the way, challenging Rob on what he said. He has great numbers against Rodriguez. Great numbers against Rodriguez. This is Rob Thompson's answer. Great numbers against Rodriguez? He's been kind of cooking lefties this year, hasn't he? It doesn't mean that he's not. That Kepler doesn't have good numbers against him.
Yeah, exactly.
It means that he doesn't have to, like. Yeah. Dude, the pulling lefties and righties thing, it's getting under my skin, man.
No, I know.
And maybe it's because I'm more old school than my generation actually is.
No, I feel that.
But these guys got to be able to hit.
Yeah.
Like lefties and righties, I don't care. Schwarber, for whatever reason, is killing lefties.
Yeah, and struggling against righties. So it's sometimes. I mean, that's the thing. It's like
we're
sometimes
upside down, apparently.
Well, that's the thing, though, and like you can't predict all the time how certain hitters.
A hammy. Moving myself. Good.
10 to IL,
man. Yeah. Phantom.
Yeah, exactly.
Take me off the mic.
You can't predict about how each batter is going to be against like each pitcher or whatever. You just don't know. And
it's feel, man.
It is, and sometimes like the pitchers will be like 0 for the last 10 against a certain left or right hander. Like I get it, whatever. But at the same time, it's like. Don't let it leak analytics all the time. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny that we mentioned analytics because the Jason Worth interview when he was talking about
my God.
Him calling them the twirly birds is the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah,
and to take a clip from Dave Roberts, or not Dave Roberts, I'm sorry, Terry Francona. I was watching the 2004 documentary on Netflix of the 2004 Red Sox coming back 3-1. And he batted Kevin Millar.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, what would you have said if, because in today's game that wouldn't have been called because of analytics and stuff like that. And he said, he goes, I think I would just tell them to shove it up their ass. And it was so nonchalant, but like that's the way I feel about some of these moves. Yeah, I'm just like, go by feel. Yeah. Like Luke said when he was on. Charlie Manuel went off of vibes. Yeah. He didn't have analytics. He didn't know what vibes was because it wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's feel for the game. It's experience. Dude, when it's like, oh, well, this guy hits 10 points higher here.
Yeah.
But if we bat him next inning, his odds go down about 30%. Dude, I don't care.
Like, just go out there
and see something, just play it.
Yeah, exactly.
Play off it, dude. Like, I just, like today, that guy, who was the guy that got the win today? Can you tell me his name? I know you have the app. Do you have the app? My bad.
No, you're
I don't
fine.
know if you have the app.
For
open.
what? For who though?
For the Diamondbacks. He was a winning pitcher today. I forget it. I think his last name is Miller.
Miller, yeah, Shelby Miller.
Shelby Miller. Okay,
Yes,
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Shelby Miller. He had a 0.00 ERA, and he hadn't given up a run all year. He gave up 2 runs, 4 hits.
Wow.
That's feel.
Yes.
That is feel.
Yeah.
There's a total difference, man.
Yeah.
It's total difference. You manage by feel.
Yeah.
I just when you see something, you pounce.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. It just I thought Rob Thompson was a more feels guy than he was, but he's not.
Yeah. It's
the decision making is really I'm not saying fire him by any means.
No,
but I just wish they were more understandable moves.
Exactly. And if we did fire him, who are you gonna hire?
That's the thing too. Because if
Like,
you
it's like
fire
that.
him and then you make Kevin Long the manager, I may just drive off the Ben Franklin Bridge.
Yeah, then we're,
You know?
it's like we fire out Thompson, we're in like 10 feet of dog shit. Then we put Kevin Long in that position. Now we're in deeper piles of dog shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
Like I'm not. What's gonna happen there? What's gonna make it better? But anyway, so real quick before we move into the question of the day, just 2 quick things. Carlos Hernandez. Want him DFA'd. He's god awful. And I told you earlier, he's falling into Yuri's Familia territory.
Dude, okay, so it's funny. So, when he was
I wanted to talk about this, by the way.
When he was doing terrible today, I decided to take a picture of his stats, and this was when he was at 14 pitches.
Okay.
Now, I don't know. He had already given up the runs at this point, but I don't think these numbers were updated as it was going on.
Yeah.
Games played 13 innings pitched, right? It's fine. Cool. His ERA is a 6.92. Ass.
Yeah.
His strikeout rate. You want to guess what his strikeout rate is?
Low.
Just guess.
Like 10.
15.
Wow. That's
disgusting for a reliever.
It is.
That's gross. Bad. And his walk percentage is 12, which is good. Decent.
Yeah.
What is GB percentage? Ground ball percentage. What am I saying, dude?
This guy.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I mean, what are we doing?
Educate him.
Yeah, please. Sorry, I can't see.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I don't care. But these numbers are terrible, man.
Yeah, they're bad.
It's so bad, man.
Well,
it's so bad.
He's gonna be the odd man out. Like he's eventually probably.
He has to be, dude. He's terrible.
Yeah, it's.
I thought Jose Ruiz was bad.
Yeah.
Fan of my elf
by the way,
neck. By the way, they were like, "Oh yeah, it retroacted to the first." I was like, "I think he pitched on the second."
I was gonna say he looked fine.
Yeah, he looked fine the other day when I saw him, but whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, no, he just needs to go. The guy behind me was chanting DFA, and I was like, man, this guy is killing him.
Yeah.
He was
I was sitting there in the car listening to
0 saves, by the way, for Carlos Hernandez.
None. I was sitting there in the car listening, and I'm like sitting there, and like they're like, and that's ball 3. All right, and that's ball 4. Like he's like missing, and I'm like sitting there like, my God. I said, what is Thompson just gonna leave him out there to fucking just like
to die?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, dude, I don't understand what we're doing here. Man. But anyway, Yuri's Familia territory. That's bad. I'm just saying, okay. Even when I say a name, I still get, it's not good.
PTSD.
Yeah, I'll try to use a different word, but anyway.
Yeah.
All right, and then real quick, another point too has to do with Bryce Harper. Obviously, he hit a homer today, which was great to see. But obviously, before that, he's been struggling. The average is down a lot,
and I was calling him out.
Yeah, which is fine.
Accountability.
But today he talked about after the game how he's dealing with some of his frustration right now because obviously everybody points it out. I mean, my goodness, everybody talks about it,
of course,
which is fine. Whatever, he's the star player of the team, but just kind of like how he's been like after bats and stuff like that. So I'm gonna play the clip from I think on Patterson. Posted it from Tim Kelly because he was interviewing or whatever. Here is the clip.
Kind of what are you feeling at the plate, and what do you kind of make of how it's gone for you so far?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just frustrated on a bigger level. Just want to come through for the team and play well, and obviously I've been through ruts in my career and gone through ups and downs, and worse than what I'm on right now. But just frustrated for the fans, frustrated for my team. Even that last moment right there against Beeks, just not coming through, just super frustrated for that. So. Just want to play better, got to play better, take better at bats and all that kind of stuff. So just got to be a better ball player.
So what do you take away from that?
I'm curious what he means by, and people who are watching the video saw me change my facial expression when he said this.
Yeah.
When he said he's stressed on a bigger level, I'm curious what that means, and I'm not trying to like look too much into it.
No, yeah.
But usually he doesn't say things like that if he
No.
doesn't mean them. Like, I don't know. Does he need an extension? Is that what this is all about? I'm just kidding. It's not. That's not what this is all about.
Yeah.
But like,
It's not a bad point though.
he never. Yeah, I think whatever. Extend him. Make him Philly for life. Anyway,
Don't care.
we're not getting into that right now. But it just that quote within that quote is makes me curious what's going on. Honestly, it really does.
Yeah, I that's the thing. I always say, and everybody say, like it's everybody sounds like a broken record half the time. I'm talking about Harper.
Yeah.
It's like obviously he's gonna figure it out. Like we know he's gonna snap out whatever he's going through right now, and he's a tough-minded player. He's always aggressive and stuff like that. So it is what it is. And listen, if it's outside stuff, then it is what it is. I mean, there's not much we can do. He's got to deal with his stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's none of our business at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? We hope it gets better, and we know it will. So, you know what I'm saying? He's going to snap out eventually. So I'm not really stressing too much, but it was just interesting to hear after the fact, especially after the day that he had. He had a pretty good day, too. Not just a homer, but he got on base and stuff like that.
I was going to say he was playing a little bit of small ball, too.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm not.
I was texting Austin from Philly First.
Shout.
Yeah,
Austin.
yeah. We were talking about Harper, and he said, I'm kind of, because I had pointed it out on our pod. I had been texting him,
Yeah.
And he said, I'm kind of getting concerned. I said, I just know he'll put in the work to figure it out, and he'll be okay. But right now, it's just really frustrating. And he was like, yeah, that's exactly how it is. That's exactly how I feel. I was like, yeah, Harper's not a slacker.
No.
He's not I know what I'm doing, and it'll figure itself out. No, he's going to put in the work. And they talked about on the broadcast, I think, he had a wider stance.
Yes, I did.
And it helped.
I did realize that. Yeah.
So shout out Kevin Long, I guess. Well, and they said Kepler changed his approach a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Turner.
Wow.
I guess shout out Kevin Long. Maybe he actually does know how to do it.
Maybe we should make him the coach. No,
stop. Nope. Pod's over.
Nah, but no, listen, it's gonna be okay. Like the Harbor thing, it's gonna be fine. Like it's gonna be good. Like let's relax a little bit. Some people are like, oh, blah blah blah, like killing the guy. It's like
I thought I snapped on the one episode, but
no, and it's fine. No, there's a difference between holding him accountable and then killing the guy and saying like, "Yo, let's just move off from him." Like it's like, dude,
move off from him is ridiculous.
Yeah, like it's like, yeah, sorry.
I just think some people, and I think this past couple of weeks has changed a little bit. I just think some people needed to hold him more accountable.
Yeah, which is fine. It's
like
okay.
I just think people let him get away with way too much.
No, yeah, no, and I agree. So we'll see what happens. It is what it is. But so have you been looking for new Phillies merch lately?
I actually have. I feel like I'm running low on t-shirts.
All right. Well, since you are, you and the other Phillies fans should head over to phillygoat.com to get your Philly Goat merch and use the code BTVPod for 10% off your next order. Beyond the Bank is proud to be an affiliate with Philly Goat, and as always, go Phils.
I'm actually wearing a Philly Goat shirt right now.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I am. Stay loose and sexy. Obviously from the Brandon Marsh soundbite from his band. I guess there was a band breakup because Pache is no longer on the team. But it has Philly Goat on the side on the left sleeve here, and on the back it actually had all the series.
Okay.
It as tour dates
for
the band,
nice.
which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a dope shirt.
Didn't know that until I ordered it or until I got it in, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, a little bit surprising.
But yeah.
Yeah,
So,
shout out Philly Goat.
Yeah, best stuff. All their stickers, everything.
That
What a mess up.
I know, what a mess. That was terrible.
Awful.
We haven't used this in a while, so sorry about that.
It has been.
Love y'all. All right, so let's get to our question of the day, because it was announced this past weekend, since Ranger was coming back, that Taijuan Walker was going to be moved to the bullpen. So my question is, do you agree with Thompson's decision to send Walker to the bullpen as of right now? Okay.
Yes. I hope it doesn't turn into a Turnbull situation, but Taijuan also wasn't pitching as well as Turnbull did last season, which, by the way, he just signed with...
I did see that he signed.
Who did he sign with? I forget.
Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. Yes,
Yeah.
Blue Jays. Who don't do physicals, I guess, because their players are going to just... whatever. But, yeah, dude, I think he made the right call. I think maybe it'll force Taijuan to get ready faster.
Yeah.
And this was actually going into that decision-making thing that I was talking about. It should have been a piggyback start today.
Probably.
Rangers should have went 3. Taiwan goes 3, and then you give it over to the bullpen.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
I agree.
I mean, you used all your good bullpen pieces. I know we have a day off tomorrow, but like
yeah, exactly.
Strom pitched. Kirkring pitched.
Alvarado
for 2 innings.
Which
God help us all.
Really all time, but Alvarado, he's getting used a lot right now.
He's getting overworked, man.
Is,
I don't blame today on him. He's getting overworked.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think it's the right move, and you don't need a 6-man rotation right now.
Yeah.
You just don't.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say that I think it was the right move. I was okay with it. And I had a feeling that it was gonna happen. Obviously they kept talking about, Suarez. He's probably not going to want to go to the bullpen, so there was going to have to be somebody that got.
Did you see the clip when they asked him what he thought about moving to the bullpen? He was like, yeah,
exactly. So, and listen, I think Taiwan is okay with accepting that. Obviously, everybody describes him as a great teammate in the clubhouse. And listen, like he did his job for the first couple of weeks.
He did a way better job than anybody thought he would.
Yeah. So, I mean, all respect to him, and we gave him his flowers, and hopefully that he could do well. Keep doing what he's doing in the bullpen. So either way, if that's the case, then it's good for them. So but yeah, so that was the question of the day. You have any tweets of the week? Anything interesting? I got a couple.
Look, I bookmarked a couple today.
I did.
I
got a couple funny ones, man. I'll tell you, these people on Twitter are something else.
Oh, they really are, dude. They really are. Here we go. So this is not a funny tweet or whatever, but in the light of bullpen struggles, Mick Abel this season in AAA Lehigh Valley, 7 games, 39.1 innings pitched, 34 hits, 12 earned runs, 34 hits was also put in there again. It's okay. This is from Phillies Tailgate, by the way. One of the best stat accounts on Phillies Twitter. 17 walks, 4 home runs, 42 strikeouts, a 2.75 ERA. Why are we not dipping into him, Griff McGarry, those kind of guys?
Otto Kemp, another homer today too.
Yeah.
Just bring up another guy from the minors. I mean, hey.
Yeah. And then what do you do with Bohm? You piss him off? Then what?
Let's find out.
The best version of the Phillies team is with Bohm on it.
Yeah.
When he plays his best.
Okay. That's fine. Whatever you listen.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Go ahead. You got anything?
Yeah, so Perdomo on the Diamondbacks, like he I don't know what it is, but like he kills the Phillies.
Steroids.
You what?
Steroids.
Well, somebody tweeted out and they were like, Perdomo is one of the worst players I've ever seen on competitive sports venue, but turns into Ernie Banks on rhinoceros steroids when he's playing the Phillies. Like,
dude, they were talking about on High Hopes right after the game. Jack was like, I've never seen a guy go from an automatic out in the NLCS to what he is now, who's actually getting hits against us. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's a little
ridiculous.
It gets to be a lot.
Yeah. It just. Oh, whoa. MLB or NBA open on my phone. I don't care about these. It's wrong. Get out of here.
Wrong sport.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, the NBA doesn't exist right
now. Did you see that Joey Gallo is
pitching?
Yeah. Pitching. Dude, so
what was he hitting on the gun? I didn't see any.
I don't know exactly, but so
miles per hour stuff.
Talking Baseball posted like a video of him, like I guess in the case like pitching or whatever, and the name was Pick'em Nick. He tweeted under it and said, "What's his meatball percentage?"
Dude, if there was meatball percentages,
that's nuts. That is insane. That would be an insane stat. That's a hater stat right there. I mean,
it is. It is.
Oh my god.
Yeah, meatball percentage. I mean, screw it. The White Sox might sign him.
Listen,
somebody got DFA'd today for the White Sox. I forget who it was, but this is a more so around the league tweet.
Okay.
It was Jay Hay Kid. He's on Baseball is Dead, their podcast. I gotta find. Here it is. So White Sox designate Bobby Dahlbeck.
Okay.
Remember him?
Yeah.
They designated for assignment.
Wow.
So, and it's a picture of him swinging and missing from a ball. And Nugget Chef said, or Jay Hay said, designated for assignment by the White Sox isn't a transaction; it's an insult. Dude,
that's rough.
The Rockies,
yeah.
if we're gonna get into some around the league stuff, they have like 6 wins or 8 wins or something.
They're on pace for like a 25-win season. They said.
I saw on the fake talking baseball account, the one that's like talking, what I can't even pronounce it.
Yeah,
it's like BASAEBELL. Like they try to do like the Sentinel thing, which it works because it got me a couple times.
Yeah.
But
bro fell for it.
I realized it like a second after. Like for a second, I'm like, whoa, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta check these out.
Yeah.
But they said, dude, what was I talking about? I totally lost it.
the White Sox. Or the Rockies. The Rockies.
Oh. It said all of the Rockies locker room got tested after winning 2 games in a row.
Wow.
For steroids.
That's rough.
And I was like, whoa. And then it was like, nah, just kidding.
All right, last tweet, but it has to do with the Rob Thompson thing.
Okay.
Just because remember we were talking about like he just throws at the lineup, whatever. So Coach Wacko, interesting name, Phillies, tweeted said they are always satisfied with just winning a series. It's a Rob Thompson thing that has permitted the clubhouse. Let's call it good enoughism.
Interesting.
But I mean, then again, is he wrong?
No, he's not. But
good
like,
enough
this is another thing with the Rob Thompson thing, which I meant to bring up earlier.
Yeah.
I texted it to you partially so I wouldn't forget it. They asked him about the bullpen. Oh, I think the bullpen did good today. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
I respect it because he's not trying to throw his players on the bus. I get it.
Carlos Hernandez stinks.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Good? All right, so with that, we are going to go into Pete's picks for the Tampa Bay series. What you got?
Yes, sir. So tomorrow we have the off day, traveling to what is it, George Steinbrenner Field?
Yes.
For the Rays are playing.
Steinbrenner Field.
Yeah.
The ball seems to be flying out of there, so we'll see.
I know. So they're opening up a 3-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays. Wheeler gets to start on Tuesday against Drew Rasmussen, who's also a really good pitcher. So that should be an interesting matchup. And then I think on Wednesday, you got Christopher Sanchez on the mound against Shane Baz, who is a really good pitcher this year, showing a lot of promise. Young guy, good pitch. Tampa Bay always has good pitching prospects.
Yeah, they do.
So I'm really not
They're
surprised.
They're a pitching
there.
factory. They just end up going somewhere else.
I think we're pretty sure we got Christopher Sanchez from them in a trade. I'm pretty sure from them.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think we did.
Him and Alvarado too.
Yeah. So, and then on Thursday we got Jesus Luzardo against Pipiat. I think that's how you say his name.
Interesting.
But I'm gonna say I'm gonna go 2 out of 3 here. I'm gonna keep it safe. Which, by the way, I was correct on my picks from last episode. I did the solo pod.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, on Nationals and Diamondbacks. So I'm doing pretty good so far. But I'm gonna stick with it, that theme, and go 2 out of 3 with Tampa Bay Rays.
Gotcha.
Probably will drop one offense. Might not show up one of those games. Who knows? Or the Tampa Bay Rays will just hit like 20 home runs maybe. So I don't know. We'll see. But listen, honestly though, the pitching matchups favor us, in my opinion. You got Wheeler, Sanchez, and Luzardo. That right there, those 3 back to back have been good so far. Yeah. So I'm feeling pretty confident.
I hope Wheeler gets a little bit of run support.
Yes, nice. Wheeler getting run support. I mean, to this day, it still blows my mind when it just happens. I don't get it.
I know.
But yeah, so those are my picks for the week.
All right, sweet.
And we'll save the Cleveland ones for
if we do a series in review or whatever.
Yeah, those are the picks.
All right, sweet. Yeah.
But I threw it in the rundown. Do you have anything from around the league? Anything that stood out to you? Any?
Honestly, not really.
Yeah.
This week's kind of been a quiet week as far as storylines go. And stats go. Like I try to find weird stats and stuff. I couldn't really.
Yeah.
Find anything.
I brought up earlier, like the Baltimore Orioles. Their team right now has just been like,
stink.
Dude, it's rough. Like some of the games have just been.
I think the problem is with them too. Not to cut you off. The problem is with them too. Is being an Orioles fan's got to be rough from the standpoint of you just got a new owner and they were like, we're going to spend money. We're going to get somebody here.
And all these young guys too.
Yeah. And I mean, Gunnar Henderson, Colton Cowser, who's hurt right now, but Heston Kjerstad, Adley Rutschman, Jackson Holiday. Jackson Holiday hit 2 bombs today solo. Helped me out in fantasy. But, I mean, they just, I don't know what's wrong with, like, they have terrible pitching.
Yeah.
Gibson got lit up, former Philly.
Oh boy, shout out Kyle Gibson.
Kyle Gibson got lit up. 4 home runs in the first inning for the Yankees.
Yeah, that's rough.
Torpedo bats or not, you tell me. 215 59. No, I'm just, but
guys.
But no, so
promoting WIVs, baby.
But is that not something they talk about? Let's be honest.
No, it is.
Okay,
a lot.
but yeah, no, I mean, I hope they figure it out. They're one of my favorite teams to watch.
Yeah. They're in a tough division too.
Yeah.
You know, for the most part, it's always competitive in that one. Well, Boston, New York, and stuff like that.
Yes.
Which, by the way, speaking of the Yankees, did you hear that Jazz Chisholm had like 3 strains in his oblique or whatever?
What?
Yeah,
no,
dog. Yeah, I saw it
that
on Twitter, so I'm guessing he's gonna be out. They were saying it's like All-Star break or whatever. So that's a tough blow for them. I mean, he's been decent for them.
I mean,
so.
the AL is so weak though.
It is. So I don't know. Dude, speaking of that, I saw because sometimes the league like drops these like early like playoff formats.
Yes. Yeah.
Or whatever, like where the teams line up.
We
right
play
now.
the Cubs.
Yeah, like if it was like the playoffs were to start today, we play the Cubs or whatever. Which every time I see them, I'm like, okay. But if you look at the AL side, I mean,
dude, yeah,
it is abysmal. Like the first round matchups, it's like the Astros and the Mariners. It's like, dude,
yeah,
like let's.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, listen, they're good teams, but it's
right. I just.
Which speaking of playoff format, we were talking about the World Series logo for this year.
It looks tough.
Looking a little good. I mean, they have the Capital One thing on there, so it's like, all right.
Well, yeah, dude.
They're not going to get away with
You're never going to get away with sponsorships.
No, they're not. But the logo looks pretty decent.
I'm trying to find. Here it is.
It'll look good on a Phillies jersey, so.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. This was 4 days ago.
Okay.
So, if the 2025 postseason started today, the Phillies actually wouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
The Reds would be there, which bananas.
Insane.
But
not gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, the AL side is just like you got
bad,
Boston
man.
and Seattle, which like decent series.
Yeah.
Houston, Cleveland, that'd be
a decent one.
Yeah. Then the winner of that will play Detroit.
Oof.
Yeah.
I don't. That's the thing. It's just you don't know.
The winner of Boston, Seattle will be the Yankees. Dude, I want a Boston Yankees series so bad.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
Siri just turned on my phone.
Okay.
Oh, did it again. Anyway, and then the Padres will play the Giants, which, dude, the NL West is a juggernaut right now.
It is, yeah. It's
like unbelievable.
Yeah, the Padres are scary and stuff. So
the Mets are the first seed, by the way. You see Juan Soto got robbed today?
I did. A Mets upset would be.
Dude, that'd be so funny. And then Cubs Reds, I think the Cubs would take that, and then they would play the Dodgers, and then it's up to God at that point.
You see all those early like predictions.
I know it's just so
like relax.
stupid.
It's like May 5th.
Like me saying what I think would happen in that, I'm just like, man,
it's all insane.
I feel kind of dirty saying that. Like, I feel
a little bit. We're not missing.
Come on, man. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, that's it, I guess, for around the league, but yeah. So I mean, we took 2 out of 3. We did what we had to do.
Would have been nice to get a sweep, but here we are.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carlos Hernandez.
Work on getting the sweeps done, please. Like that would
be nice.
Please.
Here we are complaining. Well, 5 years ago, we would have been like, I can't believe we're getting sweeps.
I know.
Or we're getting we're winning series. Like, oh my goodness. So now we're getting cocky. That's the issue.
We are. All right. Yeah, we're running about an hour in here. I mean, like 9 o'clock. We've had a long day. It's been a long.
Yes, it has. It's been a very long day.
But as usual, if you haven't so far, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on socials. For any new listeners that are here, welcome. Working on some things soon. I know we've talked about before about doing a pop-up somewhere. Trying to kind of go through that right now, put that together, and we'll see. We'll let everybody know and see what happens. Somewhere in southern Jersey. So
yeah,
we'll see.
We'll figure it out.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just let's go have a good road trip. Let's go have a better road trip before we come back home. So that'd be nice.
Agreed.
Got anything else though?
Nope. Go Phils.
Go Phils. Get out of here. Peace.